guys, the purpose of this video is to assist you with your Module 2 assignment. Let's get started. I'm going to come over and just check out the assignment first. I'm going to my assignments button, and then I'm going to scroll down and take a look at Module 2. And in here, it's going to tell me for my textbook assignment 2 that I need to look at the bottom of page 72 in my book and follow the step-by-step directions through page 73. So I'll have to look in my book in order to find this assignment with the complete steps in order to finish this one out. And I can see that it's listed as the Apply Your Knowledge. Before we get there though, there's a couple of important things I'd like to mention, and it's not going to take me long, but could you look at page 52? On page 52, it's going to talk about file management. And Module 2 is the last assignment that you can submit without having a zipped file. And so students get confused about creating a zipped file and how that works specifically. But once you have everything connected, you've got to keep it connected. And so after Module 2, you'll have to zip your file together and send me a zipped file. So this is the last assignment you can submit in this class without zipping your file and submitting it in. So if you look on page 52 in your book, it's going to talk about file management. And that fitness file folder that's at the very top is really important because that's your main folder. And then you have your subfolders that fall underneath of that. So make sure that you check that out. And if you look on page 53, it's going to have you create, if you were to follow the book steps and just complete the book assignment, it would have you create subfolders and main folders and subfolders and kind of complete out that process. From this point on, everything you create should have a main folder with subfolders in it, and those subfolders should contain the content of what you're creating for your websites in this class. So anyway, that's how we're going to start today. Now let's take a look over on page 72, the Apply Your Knowledge. If you take a look in there, it says we're going to be providing quick access to validated templates, and it's good practice. So we're going to use our text editor to create an HTML template. So this assignment here is a template. And what I want to share with you guys is I've created this file here, which is going to help you so that you can double check yourself and make sure that you didn't miss anything. I would try it first and then use this as an example just to double check yourself when you're done. And this is posted in your class. If you look, it's this file right here. So it's your annotated file. So it's just a little file helper for you to use as you're working. All right, so let's go ahead and open our text editor and get started with this assignment. So the first thing we want to do is come down here, like I'd shared with you guys before, and click on the little search window and find your text editor. I'm using Notepad. You might be using Notepad++. Either way, you'll be just fine. And then we're going to follow the steps out on this assignment. This assignment here, step number 1, is going to ask us to open your text editor and insert all the required HTML elements to create the basic web page. So we're going to add everything in here that's required of us, and it's going to kind of list it for us. And then it says to save it as template.html so that it will create the web page. Okay, so if you take a look at this file here, we have all of our opening and closing areas. So I've got this that's going to add my multiple line comment because I'm going to have a comment in there, and this will close it out. So you want to try to have everything that's going to open and close. So when you close it out, you always have your / that's going to close it out. So we've got our header, and then we're going to close that out. So start with these first is what step number 1 is asking you to do. So as I continue along, you can see that I've made it through step 2 and step 3 and step 4. I've added my headers, and step 7, I'm going to nest in there my template. So I've continued on through the steps, and you can double check yourself with the checker file that's posted in there for you. And then once you get to the end, it's going to ask you to add a comment above the header that identifies the purpose of the header, and you want to make sure that you complete all of these areas. Make sure you indent all of your nested elements, save your changes, And make sure you save it as an HTML. So we'll go up here and do File and Save As. And I'm going to call this Quizmundo T_assignment 2 template, because the book asked me to call it template, but the set of directions in Blackboard asked me to put my name. And I'm going to put a 5 after here because I've done this a couple of times and I want to be able to identify the difference. And .html, and here we go. And so now if I were to go in and find that file, which I have saved, and open it, oh, I can see I've got a little work to do. So I'm missing something at the top because it should say at the top, my template. So I'm missing something up there that I need to go in and double check. So I'll have to come in here and double check myself and make sure that I've gone through everything that I need to go through. And also, I'd recommend that you also double check it with the website that was posted for you guys. So if you go in here under your W3C markup validation like it has in the book, you can say validate my file upload and it's going to check it for you. And if I come in here and choose my template and tell it to check, it's going to find a couple of errors, but it tells me exactly where they are. So I can see exactly where these errors are: line 17, column 6, line 17, column 6. So I would also want to fix those. So make sure that you're fixing these as you go and always checking them. So I know that I need to come back in here and do a little bit of work to my file. Now, once I've done that little bit of work and I've double checked my file and everything is done and it's all complete, I will turn this into Blackboard. Once you get done making all your changes, your edits, and your updates, you'll come back into your Blackboard site and into the class. And you'll want to submit your HTML file, and like I said, this is the last time that you'll be able to submit just a standard HTML file. Also, pay attention to step 14 in your book, which is on page 74. It's going to ask you to research 3 other HTML5 semantic elements. You can just post that in your comments. So we'll come in here to assignments and module 2. And once we have fixed all of our errors, we'll come in here to textbook assignment 2, and we're going to browse for our file and select our HTML file, but you're not done yet. In your comments, you want to finish off number 14, which is going to ask you to do some additional research on HTML5. And you need to put your information here in the comments. And then you'll click submit. Good luck.